What is needed to help young people and children improve their concentration? Now, throughout my career as a teacher, the one thing I always maintained at the forefront of my mind, with many other things, was how to keep children engaged, focused, continue maintaining and improving their concentration, which I'm sure many, many, many teachers do. Now, more now than ever before, young people and children need help in improving their concentration levels. This is because they are filled with far more pressures and expectations than we had in our time growing up. Now, that's not to say that we didn't have our own challenges, but they were very different. Okay, they're faced with a very fast-paced lifestyle now. So the question you're asking is how? How do we improve concentration and focus? Well, there are some really simple exercises that I'm going to share with you that we can also teach children from a very, very young age. Okay, so very early on, to improving their memory skills. And they are very effective at helping them engaged and are very sensory based, which means that regardless of each child's sensory preferences, these memory skills will be relevant for them. And if we try to build that into the particular things that we are trying to teach them or educate them about, or the things that we want them to learn, then it's far more likely that not only the information will stick, but it will be more exciting for them, but that the children will be far more engaged in the first place. Okay. Now, however, there is one thing that I believe makes a world of difference, and that is the Holy Grail of teacher tricks. And it might be parent tricks, but that is guaranteed to help improve the concentration levels of the pupils in the classroom. And it's pretty simple too. It's just a bag of Holy Grail tricks that you've got in there that you pull out, okay, when you need it. Now, coming from the teaching profession, I've collected a lot of these Holy Grail tricks myself, and they are sacred. And it's great to just share what we've experienced and learned. When we are working with teaching young people, we have to give them the reason why. What we are doing is important to them. The why. If you know the why you need to do things that you are being asked to do or told to do, then it makes it far more appealing and it makes much more sense. If you're just if you're just doing something because that is what you have to do, or you've been told to do, then that's where you're going wrong. Then you're obviously going to be confronted with some resistance or lack of engagement and motivation. Even as adults, we want to know the reason why. So why shouldn't children have the reasons why? So we have to give them a reason why, and the reason why has to be also relevant to them. Not relevant to the curriculum, not relevant to passing their exams, not necessary, even relevant to the future. Children and young people do not live in the future. They live in the present, the now. So we need to give them that concrete, that big fat reason why. What we are asking them to do or to learn, memorize, is relevant to them right now. And yes, that is a tricky thing to do, but just keep the why in mind. Now, if you have got a particular subject area that you really need to focus in on, and you've got to make it relevant, for example, to a 13-year-old who is not at all engaged in it, then sometimes those things don't quite marry up. Okay, they're not going to come together. So it'll be your job to become creative. Be creative, be an artist, whatever it takes, and find a way to make that happen. Explore. How can I make it relevant to these young people in their lives right now? Okay. A further build on that suggestion is to actually engage them more in your planning process. So the planning around what it is that they're going to be learning later on, as well as trying to make a subject or a topic relevant for them and doing our very best to make it appealing to them. We can also start to get them engaged with figuring out their own reasons why they might be doing it. Throw it back at them. If we can get them to figure out the reasons for themselves as to why this subject or what they've been asked to do is relevant to them, then it's going to be even more appealing because they are in control of it. And they are then having to tell us why they're doing it rather than us telling them. Okay? This is going to be the key to getting them engaged. Okay? It works and it will improve their concentration. Okay? So give it a go, see what happens. On a day-to-day basis, there are other smaller practical things that you could do to help them concentrate at their very best. So getting them to, again, take control. So sometimes we just need to look at the physical, practical things that are going on around them. So for example, are we in the right environment? Is the room too hot, too stuffy, too cold? You know, the temperature. Do we need to get some fresh air in? Do we need to close the windows? Is it too noisy? Are they thirsty? Are they hungry? How can you concentrate if you're hungry? You know, are they distracted by someone else or what's going on around them? Are they distracted by the things that are going on in their head? And children do have a lot going on round and round in their minds. Is it that they just want to get on with more enjoyable things? Who wouldn't? Now, if we can just recognize the physical contributors to their distractions, then guaranteed their behavioral responses are going to be a lot easier to understand and manage. And once we understand the reason why they are reacting the way that they are, we can help them adjust the situation to help reduce their distractions and improve their concentration levels and focus. Okay, so if you've really enjoyed what I've shared with you today, or you have other great tips and tools that you've tried out to help improve focus, motivation, concentration, please comment in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also, if you want support and help throughout for your children and young people, then do get in touch with me at www.calendly.com/zinatnarani.com. I would love, sorry, not .com on the end, but just Zinat Narani. No, it is a .com. And if not, then send me a message through my website. That will be www.zinatnarani.com. Okay, and I look forward to hearing all your ideas and what you have to contribute. And you know, it's let's take care of the younger children in our generation today, and let's really help them through this whole mental health as well, because that's a huge concern. Thank you for listening.